Yo, RX back with another breakdown of UFC Shanghai Walker versus Zhang. We back with another breakdown of a fight night early, pretty much on Friday night, down in Shanghai, China. That is pretty good. I think this is a very fun looking card. Most of these early cards, like in China or fucking Singapore or whatever, usually do turn out to be very good. Like your Figueiredo and Piotr Jans, like your fucking Max Holloway and Korean Zombies. This card looks good. I'm excited for this card. I know it's still at Friday night, pretty much at 3 in the morning, but it should be fun. I'm excited for it. And it looks like a good card, so if the UFC's gonna do these weird-ass early cards, at least they are good ones, and that's about all we can ask for, really. So I'm excited for it. I know a lot of people probably won't watch it because that's such an early-ass time, and I don't blame y'all. I don't fucking blame y'all at all, but I think this card's gonna be fun. I think this card's gonna be good. I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to break it down. We've already done a lot of stuff this week already. Contender Series, the Road to UFC breakdown, and the Road to UFC hasn't happened yet. By the time this video is coming out on Friday afternoon, the Road to UFC will already be over, so we'll see how that goes. I'll be recapping that on Saturday. I'll probably be recording the recap on Friday night, not long before this card, to be honest. So, you know, fun. And yeah, I'm excited for this card. So, yeah, I know a lot of people won't watch it, but looked like a good card, good main event, a big heavyweight fight on it, some interesting prospects, some good fights. Should be fun. I'm excited, and let's see what Shanghai has for us this time. I'm excited. Really all I can say. Gonna be early or late, I guess, whatever term you want to use. Again, it's 3 a.m. on Saturday morning for early Friday night. Should be fun, and I can't wait. So somehow this is our second breakdown of the week, and it feels weird. Not even that long ago I was doing the fucking Road to UFC breakdown, less than 24 hours ago. Hell, less than 12 hours ago probably. And I'm excited to do this, excited to talk about the card. I'm excited for the card, I'm excited to talk about the card, so let's stop rambling about the card and finally get into the card. The last thing I'll say before we do is the normal YouTube bullshit. Please like, comment, and subscribe. 200 subs to go by the end of 2025. And, unless I'm forgetting to say something which I don't believe I am. I think I hit all the notes I wanted to hit. Talked about the card. I'm excited for it, even with it being so early. Somehow our second breakdown of the week. And do all the normal YouTube bullshit. And let's get into this card that looks pretty good early on Saturday morning. You ready? I know I am. UFC Shanghai Breakdown. 12 fights. Begin. And we begin with the light heavyweight, not the females. There's not a female fight on this card. They put Shiming and Bruno Brazil on Road to UFC, so whatever. It's all male fights on this card, and we'll see how that goes as we begin tonight with the light heavyweights. Two guys needing their first UFC win after losing their debuts, even if one probably got robbed, to be honest. As we have in our opening fight of the night, our first of 12 fights early on. About this will be happening around 3 a.m. here in Shanghai, China. We have to begin the card. Diyar Nurgozhay versus Uran Gorilla Satybaldiev. Not the highest level fight here to start the night. Both guys 0-1, both guys coming off debut losses. Again, even though I do think Uran probably got robbed in his debut. This is not a great fight to begin the night. It is at light heavyweight, which I think is the only time we go to light. Oh no, the main event. dipshit, but this fight might as well. It's easy to forget this fight. Cause trust me, the other light heavyweight fight's a lot more important than this fucking one. And yeah, it's probably a low-level fight to begin the night, but what can you do? Someone has to get their first UFC win. I swear we just had a fight like this the other, like last week somewhere. It was like two guys who had no wins in UFC, and one of them finally had to win, so we'll see. Someone has to win here, and, oh boy, let's talk about it. You know, Diyar Nurgozhay, 10-1. Our first fighter of the night, 28 years old. Diyar in the UFC is 0-1. Came out to Contender Series where he looked very good, got a nice head kick knockout, but then made his debut against Brandon Ribeiro and got Kimura after missing weight, no less. So we got Kimura and got beat by Brandon Ribeiro. He was a giant favorite there. And again, he got beat by Brandon Ribeiro, one of the shittiest fighters on the fucking roster. This dude's not very good. He's a padded record bum, if we're being honest. Like, he came from Eagle FC, which we know how great that corrupt bullshit promotion was. Went 4-0 there, won the belt, went to UAE, which not a great promotion either. Has beat no one worse name. Is this the dude from PFL? No, this is a guy with a name like it. Then he did go on a Contender Series against a 8-2 guy who's not very good, was able to knock him out. And then against Brandon Ribeiro, again, he got finished. He's not very good. Like I said, 28 years old, 10-1. He has this weird twitch where he has to touch his eye every like 2 seconds or something. So I doubt that's helping him. And he's just not very good. So from Kazakhstan, a land where not a lot of talent come from unless your name's Shavkat, Yadalibi, ass, Maria Akapova, ass, Diyar Nurgozhay, ass. Shavkat's carrying that flag well, and yeah, Diyar is not a great fighter and not a great first fighter to talk about for this card. You lost to Brandon Ribeiro. Come on, man. And then to talk about his opponent, Uran Satybaldiev, great last name, Salty Baldhead, Salty Balds, you can make fun of it really easily, so he has to be good. 9-1 from Kyrgyzstan. He has a funny hat, so he has to be good. 31 years old, he's 0-1 in UFC. In his UFC debut, he steps on short notice against Marwan Boudet up at heavyweight, and in my opinion, he won that fight. He did really fucking well, and in my opinion, he won that fight. So, you know, I think he got fucking robbed, but he got robbed, and now he's moving back down to light heavyweight, which is his weight class. Coming from the LFA, he was champion over there. Let's see how he does at his weight class. I'm not going to make a judgment on him yet, on if he's a good fighter. He was meant to be on Contender Series last year, but had to pull out against Rafael Sergei, who he would have smashed. So we'll see how he does here back down at light heavyweight. He didn't weigh that much at heavyweight, if I remember. 222. So he didn't weigh that much, so it's not a hard weight cut for him. We'll see how this dude does. He did go against Marwan Boudet, in my opinion, and he did get robbed. Now getting a step down in competition, back down at his weight class, which he's usually good at fighting at. Well, he's undefeated at. He has a funny hat, so you know that's always a good plus. Let's see what this man can do on a full camp at his weight class, getting a step down. See what he can do. That's right what you can say about this fight. Let's see who can do what. We got two dudes who need a win. One dude lost to Brandon Ribeiro, so you really need to bounce back from that. The other did do pretty decent against Marwan Boudet, who I guess is cut now, but, you know, still. This is a prove-it fight. The winner of this proved they are good, hopefully. The loser of this could easily be cut. Let's see who wants it more. Let's see who's better. Let's see what happens. The betting answers I have are on Satybaldiev at -300, plus 250. I don't know if I'd have him that big of a favorite. I want to see more from him before I can make him that big of a favorite. He is 2 inches taller with a giant reach advantage and a few years older. He should win. I'd probably have him -220, 230. He should win. He looked better in his debut against a better level opponent. he should win. And again, I think he should still be undefeated right now because he got robbed against Martin Boudet. Now down a weight class, out of the Apex, going to Arena. You know, he is opening up the card, so it's going to be a pretty empty Arena. Let's see what happens here. Let's see who gets the win. I don't know if some loud bullshit outside my window. I got it open, so you hear noises. My bad. It's like 7 o'clock, so I'm sorry. But I'm gonna go around Satybaldiev to get the win here. I think he should win this. I think he's better from what I've seen. Just one fight of, well, I actually seen 2 fights from Diyar, but in the UFC at least, Uran looked better in his debut, and again should have won that fight. And I'm gonna go around Satybaldiev to get the win here by probably decision. He could finish Diyar. I wouldn't be too shocked. But I think that's the main method Uran wins is finishes. Yeah, 6 knockouts. He could win by finish, but I'm going to say decision. Go the safe route. Probably going to be a sloppy fight. Probably not going to be the highest level fight. And probably won't even be that great of a fight. But someone needs to prove it. Someone needs to get their first win. And I'm going to go Uran Satybaldiev by decision to start tonight. I think the Kyrgyzstan native with the funny hat can get his first win in his first fight at his weight class. And beat a guy who lost to Prelims and fucking Ibero, so... And give me Satybaldiev by decision in our first fight of the night. Let's see who proves it. Let's see who gets their first UFC win. Let's see who's better. I'm going Satybaldiev by decision to begin the night. After that, we get to our second fight of the night, our first good fight of the night. I think this is a pretty good fight and a pretty tough one to try and predict. So, you know, fun there. As we have in our second fight of the night, going from light heavyweight to 135, all the way down to the bantamweight division for our second fight of the night. A road to UFC battle, one dude who won it, one dude who was a runner-up in it. This should be a good fight. I'm excited for this one. Should be higher on the card. As we have in our first good fight of the night, and our first fight at bantamweight tonight. Is our only fight at bantamweight? I believe it is. So our only bantamweight fight of the night, and it's a good one. As we have, I don't know who the crowd's gonna, well, probably the Chinese dude, but I don't know. You could have had these two fight different people, but I don't know. As we have a road to UFC battle in our second fight of the night between Xiao versus Jiu-Jitsu Su Young Yu. Good fight. Very good fight. Not an easy one to predict. Both guys looking good in the UFC. Xiao coming off a knockout win. Yu is, I think, 2-0 in the UFC now. This is a good fight. This is a very good fight. Two guys who did make it to the road to UFC finale. Xiao did lose in it, and Su Young did win it. This is a really good fight. I'm excited for this fight. One of the better prelims on the card. And let's talk about it. As we'll begin with the runner-up of the road to UFC in the season he was on, Zhao, 27-9, 27 years old, 1-1 in UFC, coming off the road to UFC, where again he did make it to the finale, where he did face Chang Ho Lee in a very close fight. A lot of people think Xiao won that fight, but he did not get the nod. And in hindsight, that L is aging pretty well because Chang Ho Lee is pretty good, coming off that domination of Cortes Romulus, so good stuff there. But eventually, Xiao did get back on track in his first fight after the road to UFC with a flatlining performance of Quang Lee, where he looked phenomenal, was able to just beat him up and eventually finish him late in the third. He looked really good there. That was the Figueiredo and Yan card, I believe, so that was a good performance for him. He might have been the underdog. No, he was the favorite there. Interesting. This dude looks pretty decent. He didn't look phenomenal in that road to UFC finale fight, but he really showed up against fucking Quang Lee, and which that had actually aged decently. Quang Lee won his last fight and then is now fighting somebody. I forget who he just got booked against. But yeah, Zhao coming off a nice one. He clearly has some good power in his hands, even though that was only his 5th KO win. He's mainly a grappler, but he did go for a lot of striking in that fight. This dude seems decent. He seems well-rounded. He seems like a good fighter. His cardio held up well in that fight. We'll see how he does here. We've not seen a lot on him. Only 1-1 so far. And we'll see how he does here. How does he build off of that Quang Li win, which again is aging pretty well? Can he get another knockout? He has good grappling, good cardio. Let's see what happens. Looked good there. How does he do here? Time will tell. Because he's fighting a very tough opponent, the undefeated in UFC, road to UFC Season 3 winner. His opponent, Su Young Yu, 15-3, 29 years old, 2-0 in the UFC. He did the same thing, went 2-0 on the road to UFC, made it to the finale, beat Yizha, and he was actually the underdog in that fight, I believe, and I picked him to. Oh no, he was the favorite as well. How weird. I swear I remember underdogs. I'm usually wrong about it more times than not, but whatever. He did beat Yizha in the finale, and then he did make his first UFC fight since winning the road to UFC earlier this year, back in March, with a dominating win over AJ Cunningham, which is not saying a lot. AJ Cunningham's garbage. And now he's getting a pretty decently sized step up from AJ Cunningham to now Rongzhu. We'll see what Su Young can do here. His striking is not phenomenal. It's in his name, Jiu-Jitsu is what he's really good at. If he can get you down, he's going to dominate you, and he's really good at doing that. But can he get you down? It's kind of the same. This could be a lot like Quang Li and Rongzhu. If you can't get Rongzhu down, you might be fucked. So, like, I'm not saying Su Young Yu's lost on the feet. He can strike a little bit, but am I saying he's a capable striker, let alone against Xiao, who clearly is a pretty alright striker? No, I don't think Yu's that good of a striker, and he's going to need to get this fight down if he wants to win, or at least just gas out Rongzhu over time. He's good, a little one-dimensional, but he's good. He's still young, 29 years old. We'll see how he does here. We'll see how he does. Getting a tough test. This is just a hard fight to predict. This is just a really tough fucking fight to predict. We've not seen a lot from these dudes. Only 2 fights in the UFC, not counting the road to UFC. This is a tough one to predict, and I'm not shocked that the betting odds are close. The betting odds here are a little outdated. Now they are, I think, a pick'em, literally. Which I don't blame them for being a pick'em. This is a tough fight to pick. We got Rongzhu, who is 1-1, lost to Chen Li, who's good, beat Quang Li, who's alright. Coming off of great performance like that, he's not bad. And Su Young Yu, really good grappler, alright striking. Can he get it down? We'll see. This is a tough fight to predict, and I'm pretty excited for it. I think it's a good fight, and I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen here. I think this fight could easily... Okay, then I think Tapology would be that fucking set on Su Young, but I guess it makes sense. I don't know, he did win the road to UFC. This is a tough one to predict. This is a very tough one to predict, one of the harder fights on the card to predict. And I agree with it being a pick'em. It should be a pick'em. You could flip a coin and get a good enough pick here. Rongzhu's 2 inches taller with a 5-inch reach advantage. Holy shit. Fuck, this is a tough one to predict. But I think I'm going to lean... God, this is a good fight. I think I'm going to lean with Su Young Yu. I think I'm going to lean with Tapology. I'm going to go Su Young Yu. I think he can get it down and win rounds, kind of like what Chen Li was able to do. And I think he can squeak this one out. It's not going to be an easy one. It's not going to be a layup. It's not going to be a 30-27 domination like AJ Cunningham. It's going to be a tough fight. But I think Su Young Yu can get the win here. I think he can. Yeah. But I could see a world where Rongzhu keeps standing and beats him, maybe even knocks him out. So, this is a tough fight to predict. It's a really tough fight to predict. But I'm going to go with Su Young Yu. I think he should be able to win this fight. I agree with it being a pick'em. There's just not a lot on these guys so far. If you're just going off what we've seen in the UFC, that's why I can't really go too in-depth on this breakdown. They only got 2 fights apiece, and they looked good in all of them. So, it's a hard one to predict. But I'm going to go with Su Young Yu. I think he can get it down and take rounds like Chen Li did. And I'm going to go with Jiu-Jitsu to get the win in a very hard fight to predict that if I get it wrong, I would not be shocked. give me Su Young-yu by decision in what should be a very interesting fight. I'm very excited for that fight. Great second fight of the night. Give me Yu Jitsu by decision. If they're finishing that fight, it's gonna be by long Xiao, but I think that fight's going 15 minutes, and I'm going Yu Jitsu. See if I'm right. After that, we get to our third fight of the night, our first of not many, but our first of a few layups to predict on this card, and will be one of the faster breakdowns, because there's not a lot to say here. I think we all pretty much know how to pick this one, and there won't be much to say, as we have in our third fight of the night, our first super easy fight of the night to predict, even compared to Satybaldiev, which is not hard to predict, but that's even harder to predict than this, because this is one of the few, I would say about 4 or 5 easy fights on the card to predict, and this would be the first of them, as we have in our third fight of the night in the featherweight division, a very low level but simple fight to predict, as we have in our third fight of the night at featherweight, a weight class we'll see a few times on this card. We have Yizha versus Westin Wilson. Somehow Westin Wilson still has a job. I don't fucking know how, but he is back after a long break, fighting the hometown native Yizha. Pretty simple fight to predict. I'll go a little bit in depth, but there's not much to say. We all know which way we're picking this fight. I don't think it's much of a fucking surprise. And, let's talk about it. We'll begin with the hometown guy, Yizha, the guy who's gonna win this fight, let's just be honest. 25-5, 28 years old, 0-2 in the UFC, even though he did kind of get robbed in that first loss. He is a road to UFC guy. He went to the finale in his first attempt, lost to Jiang Li, which was a robbery in my opinion. So, great start there, and Lee is just not very good. He came back for a second attempt, did eventually win the whole thing of submitting Kyron Lee, who's fighting tomorrow, or had already fought by the time this is coming out, so that's not a bad win. And then he did get beat by Gabriel Santos pretty badly in his last fight. He showed toughness, but that's about the only thing he showed. Got his ass beat and was just outskilled completely. I'll just be simple as this. Is Yizha good? No, not really. I think he's pretty bad. Kyron Lee's a good win, but outside of that, this dude's not very skilled. It's, good job winning the road to UFC, but, this dude's just not that good. Even if you did get robbed, you did clearly lose. You did have a close fight with Jiang Li, who's not very good. And then, again, you did have a second attempt, and somehow had a tougher finale opponent, and you beat him. So I don't get how that shit works. Gabriel Santos, which that was a long time ago, too. Back in September. Tough fight. He got his ass beat. This is a much easier fight than that. At home, see how he does. I don't think much of Yizha. I think he's pretty ass. But, we'll see how he does here. We'll see how he does at home, getting a layup. He should perform pretty well here. But he is fighting the meme himself, the legend, the Wonder Boy from Wish, Wonder Boy's friend. Back finally, Westin Wilson, 17-9, 36 years old, having his first fight since June of last year, where he got his only UFC win. He's currently 1-2 in the UFC. He debuted on short notice against Joe Anderson Brito and got his head caved in. Then he fought Gene Silva, and that went great, obviously. But then he eventually did get a win back in June of last year, like I said, against Sergei, one of the worst fighters in UFC history. And now he's riding that into this fight, a win over a year ago against one of the shittiest fighters possible. Westin Wilson's terrible. I don't know what you want me to say. He's not a good fighter, at all. He's not good. He has no striking. He's a punching bag. His grappling is not great. He's just not a very good fighter, and I just think he sucks. No, actually, I know there's no think about it. He does suck. He's just Wonder Boy without any other talent. So, you can treat trains of Wonder Boy, and good for him there, but, like, he is garbage. Simple as that, he's fucking garbage. And he will be the enemy here, going over an enemy territory, where he will be a plus 775 underdog to the minus 1,500 biggest favorite on the card. Yizha. I agree, Yizha should win, but should he really be that big of a favorite? Jesus fucking Christ. I would have him, like, maybe minus 600. Like, he should win, but minus 4 digits. I could think of, like, 3 other fighters on this card who could deserve to be that big of a favorite more than Yizha. Yizha's not very good. He should win this fight. No doubt he should win this fight. But 4-digit favorite? Come on, man. He is much shorter, 2 inches shorter in reach. He should win. I will agree, but 4-digit favorite? That's risky, and I don't agree with it, but he should win. So, obviously, I'm going Yizha to get the win here, and I'm going to go... Fuck. I know he gets mainly submission. When was his last knockout win? He doesn't get knockouts often. His last knockout was in 2019. Fuck. I was gonna pick knockout, but now that I see, like, that's not really a strong suit. I'll go Yizha by submission in the first. He should be able to get the win here. She should be able to get it. If you don't finish him in round 1 at that big of a favorite, you fucking suck. So, give me Yizha by submission in the first. He should be able to get the win here. Well, he better get the fucking win here. You're fighting Westin Wilson at home and you're a giant favorite. There's no excuse for you to lose. So, give me Yizha by submission in the first. He should win. Westin Wilson is garbage, and if he somehow wins it, God, man, if you lose, the loser of this fight's getting cut. I'll just be blunt about it. If Yizha loses this fight, you gotta cut him on the spot. Like, dude, you lost as a 4-digit favorite to Westin Wilson. You're a fucking idiot. But I am going to pick Yizha here by submission in the first. He should be able to get him out there round 1 and get his first UFC win at home. So, give me Yizha by submission in the first. If you lose this fight, you're a fucking idiot. And I still agree with him being that big of a favorite. But you better live up to those betting odds, and you better run through Westin Wilson in your home. Beat him. Yizha submission in the first. Not my lock of the night. Hell no. But he should win. After that, another easy fight to predict here, and you know this is not a Tapology botch. This dude is really back in the UFC for some reason. No, I don't know why either. As we have in our 4th fight of the night, fourth fight of the night, all the way up to middleweight, we have a fight that's super easy to predict if this dickhead actually fights like how he's meant to fight. As we have in our 4th fight of the night in the middleweight division, a short notice replacement. That's why this dude's back. They did not want to sign him back, trust me. We have maybe one of the easiest fights on the card to predict. After the Yizha one, that doesn't say a lot. We have in our 4th fight of the night, a simple fight of the night, the Y fight of the night, between Michel the Malidor Pereira versus Kyle the Darth Knight Daukaus. Yes, for some fucking reason, Kyle Daukaus is back. No, I don't know why either. Well, actually, I do know why, because this is a short notice replacement. Kyle Daukaus is stepping in for Marco Twilio, a bit of a downgrade, it was about like a month ago at this point, I believe, so he's got a pretty decently sized camp, and now he's back fighting Michel Pereira. What? I'm not even gonna break this down. Michel Pereira better run through Kyle Daukaus. I don't care, he's been on a 4-fight winning streak since getting cut versus nobody. 7-7, 8-4, 17-8, 5-1. He's fought tomato cans. The Daukaus brothers have no fucking talent, and Michel Pereira should run him the fuck over in 2 minutes tops. So I'm going Michel Pereira by knockout in the first. He should run through Daukaus if Rongzhu and fucking Eric Anders can. You better, motherfucker. I don't know what the fuck that Boost Magomedov fight was. He did not even try. He showed up for a paycheck. Whatever. You better run through this guy. If Michel Pereira loses this fight, you gotta cut him. I don't care. You gotta cut him. But he's not losing his fight. He should be a bigger favorite. He should be like minus 400, and he's going to rip through Daukaus. So, give him Michel Pereira by knockout in the first. If you don't finish this man in under 2 minutes, you are a bum. And this should be a walk in the park for Michel Pereira. So give me Michel Pereira by knockout in the first. If you don't finish him quickly, you suck. That simple. Why the fuck is Daukaus back? I never thought I'd have to say that bum's name either. Okay, at least Chris Daukaus ain't coming back anytime soon. He still can't win a fight even outside the UFC, but why the fuck is Kyle back? The shittier one, it's always seemed. Pereira knockout in the first. Next. Our third easy fight in a row to predict. Not much to say here. I'll break it down a little bit, kind of like the fucking Yizha fight, but there's not a lot to say here. As we have in our 5th fight of the night in the lightweight division, our only trip to lightweight tonight, I believe, on our first of 2. And this one's way better than the second one, funny enough. We have in the lightweight division, sadly this is not the original fight that was planned, but I don't know what happened and why it got changed, but yeah, a bit of a downgrade from what we could have got, but whatever. We have in our 5th fight of the night in the lightweight division, another simple one to predict, between Rongzhu versus Austin Thud Hubbard. Daukaus, Austin Hubbard, fucking Westin Wilson. This is just the Can Central out here. It's fucking Shanghai, and so usually it's their fighters, but somehow the Shanghai fighters look pretty damn good compared to who they're fighting. And Michel Pereira's not Brazilian, but you get my point. Yeah, Rongzhu's gonna win this fight. Like, I don't need to tell you that much. Like, sadly, the original plan, from what I remember hearing, was it's going to be Rongzhu versus Drew Dober, but for some reason that fell through. So you get the shittier version of Drew Dober in every single way. That's why he's American. That's the only thing they share. Let's talk about the fight real quick. Rongzhu, 26-6. 25 years old. Another one of these Chinese dudes with a padded record. Shilan Nurgozhay, anybody. 2-3 in the UFC. In his first UFC run, he did not do very well. Went 1-2, got cut. Was able to beat Brandon Jenkins, but lost to Rodrigo Vargas and Ignacio Bahamondes and missed weight twice. But then he did come back through the road to UFC, went 3-0 there, got to the finale and beat Shin Haraguchi. And is now 1-1 since coming back. He lost to Chris Padilla in his return fight, but you know, that's an understandable win, at least at that time. Padilla looking weird after that Hubbard fight, and then he had the biggest one of his career so far was in his last fight when he kind of, I don't know if I want to say fraud checked, but he did beat Cody Steely in what was a banger fight of the night, one of the best fights of the year. I had Cody Steely with my locks of the night for the card, so you know, I'm smart. And Rongzhu beat him. He put him in a striking match that he really couldn't do much in, and Rongzhu got his first UFC win to 2021. He is training with City Kickboxing now. I don't know why they don't got that updated, but he is with City Kickboxing now. So that's gonna help. I'm pretty sure unless I'm thinking of someone else, he's with City Kickboxing now. That's why he did look so good against Cody Steely. So we'll see how he does on his second trip. Now from Australia to America, up to Shanghai. I don't think he's that great, but if maybe CKB made him into a good fighter, he looked good against Steely, which is a pretty good win. Steely's a harder fight than the one he has here, so logic tells me he should win. Not really much else to say because there. Austin Hubbard's garbage. Not simple as that. Give me Rongzhu to win this fight. He is minus 290. He could be, I would say I'll say 345. I'd probably make him. He should win this fight. Austin Hubbard is a joke. Fuck, I might respect Westin Wilson more. And, yeah, he sucks. Austin Hubbard is garbage, and hopefully this is the last time we ever need to see him fight. So, 1 inch. Okay, yeah, they're about the same, virtually identical. Get me wrong, Zhu by decision. He should win this fight pretty easily. If you could beat Cody Steely as easily as he did, you should beat Austin Hubbard, who would lose to Cody Steely. So, get me wrong, Xiao by decision, one of the easier picks of the night, which that says a lot out. After our last 3 fights were all easy predictions. And, yeah, get me wrong, Xiao by decision. Austin Hubbard's garbage. There you go. Not really much else to say. Last 3 fights have kind of been, the guy on the left's good, the guy on the right's not. Simple, wrong, Xiao by decision. After that, we get to our co-main event of the prelims, easily our best prelim fight and one of the best fights on the card, but the UFC hates one of these guys for some reason, and it's on the prelims like this dude always is for no fucking reason. But if you know, you know, this is a banger, and this is one of the fights that makes this card one of the fights that makes this card worth being up for, because this is a phenomenal fight. I cannot wait for this fight. It's such a banger. Our second to last prelim should be on the main card. It's so good. One of the best prospects in that division versus one of the best fighters in that division. It's a banger, as we have in our co-main event of the prelims in the flyweight division, our only flyweight fight of the night, I believe. Yes, and it's a great one, as we have the most disrespected fight on the card, like always when this dude is in it, as we have Lonnie Kavanagh versus Charles Energy Johnson. In what fucking world is this fight on the prelims? How the fuck is this a prelim? One of the best prospects in the division, Lonnie Kavanagh, undefeated from China somehow. He's phenomenal, versus Energy, the most disrespected flyweight on the roster, who can never get a break because the UFC hates him for no reason. This is one of the best fights on the card, and somehow the second to last fight of the prelims. How? This is a main card fight through and through, and there's no way this should be on the prelims. I just put out the short a couple minutes ago from recording this, but from when you're seeing this video yesterday, go watch it. If I fixed the card order, this would be right under Pavlovich and Waldo. It's a great fight, and one of the best fights on the card, easily. One of my most hyped fights on the card. I can't wait. It might be my I don't know if it is, but it could either be like 1 or 2 be like most hyped fights on the card. It's phenomenal. There's no way this should be on prelims, and I can't wait for this fight. So let's talk about it. I'm excited. Complete bullshit. The most disrespected flyweight. Man can never get any respect by the UFC. It's bullshit, but this fight's gonna be a banger nonetheless. And let's talk about it, as we'll begin with the undefeated. I think the only undefeated guy on the card. Oh no. No, yeah, he is the only undefeated guy on the card, I believe. The 9-0 Chinese Brit. I don't know how that works. Lonnie Kavanagh, 26 years old. 2-0 in the UFC, coming out to Contender Series where he looked phenomenal, starting off last season with one of the best knockouts of last season, knocking out Anton Ho, which that could have been a UFC fight in its own right, 2 very good fighters. And then he's followed that up with 2 wins, beating Jose Ochoa, which, okay win, and getting good, it's debatable how good that win is. And Felipe dos Santos, not a great win. I'd say that would be his weakest of his last 3 wins, to be honest. And now he's getting a top 15 opportunity versus the number 15 ranked Energy Charles Johnson. Lonnie is good. 26 years old, 9-0. This dude's good. He has great striking, his grappling's alright, his cardio's good, his power's good. This kid's a problem. This kid's a legit problem in that division, and, like, I don't even know what you can say. This dude's just phenomenal. He's truly just phenomenal. One of the best prospects in that division, maybe the best prospect in that division at this point. He's talented, he's young, British and Chinese somehow, so he brings that. He's good. He's one of the best, maybe just prospects in UFC in general. This kid's good, and getting a tough test here. Charles Johnson's a really tough fight, and they're giving him a big jump early, getting him a top 15 shot early. Can he deliver? Who knows? He's good, but this is a tough fight. What can the kid do in the biggest fight of his career so far? I'm excited. This kid's good. What else can I say? We've seen a small sample size from him, but plenty to see that he's good. But can he beat a veteran? Time will tell. Because he is fighting the criminally disrespected by the UFC, Charles Energy Johnson, 17-7, 34 years old, 6-5 in the UFC. His wins in the UFC have been Zumagulov, not said that name in a while, Jimmy Flick, Zat Maxim, Jake Hadley, Joshua Van, and Sumudaerji, and his losses have been Ode Osborne, Cody Durden, Rafael Esteban, and Ramazan Tamirov. Energy is good. The only man to beat Joshua Van in the UFC, and that's gonna hold true for a while. Like, Energy's great. Like, I don't know what else I can really tell you. His striking's good, his grappling's good, his cardio's good. He's a good fighter. Went on a beautiful 4-fight winning streak last year, beating Azat, taking his O, beat Jake Hadley at home in St. Louis. Again, knocked out Joshua Van, which is insane. Beat Sumudaerji, who's on the main card for some reason. He went on a beautiful 4-fight winning streak. Somehow that got him a fight against the unranked second fight in the UFC, having Ramazan Tamirov, where it was a close fight, but I do think Ramazan took it. Energy just really didn't look himself in that fight, and it was a loss, his first loss in a while. He's good. His UFC career started bad. Like, I thought he was a bum at this point of his career going into the Zat Maxim fight. But something woke up after that Esteban fight, and he just went on a killing spree. Got 4 wins, lost to Tamirov, but that's a good loss. That guy's good. And now he's getting another fantastic prospect in that division in Lonnie Kavanagh. Can he teach this kid a lesson like he did with Zat Maxim and Joshua Van? We'll see. It's a tough fight for Energy. It's definitely not an easy one. Getting one of the best prospects in the division who's 8 years younger than him. This is going to be interesting. This is a tough fight for Energy, just like the Tamirov fight. I think Lonnie's better than Ramazan, but, we'll see if that holds true here. And, let's see what happens. We all know Energy, well-rounded, gonna test ya. Can he test Lonnie, and can he beat him? We'll see. The betting odds do have Energy, the underdog, like they always do, having Lonnie Kavanagh with minus 215 to plus 180. I don't know if I'd have him minus 200. I'd probably have him minus like 190. Lonnie should be the favorite here. Like, as much as I would love to pick Energy, it's hard not to pick Lonnie here. I'm gonna cheer for Energy. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna cheer for him. But it's tough to pick against Lonnie here. Like, Energy is going to test him, and it's going to be a tough fight for Lonnie. But from what I've seen from Lonnie, this kid's good. He's much shorter, which I don't like. He's like 5 inches shorter, and he has a smaller reach, which is, I did not think Lonnie was that short. But this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a really tough fight to predict. This is going to be a really tough fight to probably score. It's going to be a good fight, though. I cannot wait. But I just struggle to pick against Lonnie, so I'm going to go Lonnie Kavanagh by decision. I hate to pick against Energy, but I just can't pick. I hope he wins, of course. I would love to see Energy get another win, but I'm going to go Lonnie Kavanagh by decision. I think he's going to be able to take this fight and get the win, and I'm going to go Lonnie by decision. I hope Energy wins, of course. I would love to see Energy get another W, take another O, yada yada. But I'm going to go Lonnie Kavanagh by decision in one of the best fights of the card. Again, how's it not on the main card? And I cannot wait for this fight. But I'm going to say, and still undefeated, I'm going Lonnie. Sorry, Energy. I'm a fan of you, brother. I'm a fan of both these guys. I like Lonnie. I like Energy. I can't wait for this fight. Hate to pick against one of them, but I'm going to go for it. I think he's going to be able to take it and squeeze it out, even if he's going to be tested by Energy a big amount. I'm going to go Lonnie Kavanagh by decision. I hope Energy wins. I'll cheer for him. He's a great guy, great fighter. But Lonnie's special. Lonnie's a problem. I'm going Lonnie Kavanagh by decision. Sorry, Energy. And then after that, somehow this fight is above Lonnie and Energy. I will never understand UFC's booking card orders, but you know, logic. The worst fight on the card is somehow the featured prelim. Make it make sense. As we have in our next fight, in our final prelim, our featured prelim in the lightweight division. Even this is worse than the Rongzhu fight, so why is this even... Why is it even on the card? This is a fucking LFA fight, but you know. I don't know, what the fuck do I know? Apparently UFC knows what they're doing. Apparently, maybe this is gonna be a banger. We'll see. And we have in our featured prelim in the lightweight division, the worst fight on the card in my opinion, so you know, great stuff there. We have in our featured prelim to end the prelims, House above Lonnie and Energy. We have Maheshate versus Gouge, G, Money, Young. This fight fucking sucks. Like, this fight is garbage. Maheshate, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on this fight, it's so ass. Again, this is the worst fight on the card in my opinion. Maheshate is ass. He came into UFC, hyped up, young guy, good power, knocked out Garcia somehow. But since then, he's been 1-3, only been able to beat Gabriel Benitez. No one hasn't been able to beat anyone else because he's just not that good. He's terrible. And then Young is 0-1 in the UFC after Count coming in on short notice to fight Evan Oder earlier in the year, and he did really nothing. He didn't look good, didn't look bad. He just showed up and got beat pretty easily by a mid fighter like Evan Oder. He was on Contender Series last year and lost to Killian Southkill, so I'll give him a break there. You lost to one of the best fighters from that season looking back, and now we have him on a full camp fighting Maheshate going into Shanghai. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, I don't give a fuck for this fight. Again, it's the worst fight on the card in my opinion. The betting odds that you have Young as the favorite somehow, I don't understand that, and even Tapology is picking Young. I don't know if I'm missing something, but I think that's a fucking reach. I think Maheshate should be the favorite. I think Maheshate should win this fight. Maheshate is garbage, but he's better than Young. Young is not very good, and from what I've seen against Evan Oder, he really doesn't do anything. Maheshate should be able to take this fight. If he can't win this fight, you gotta cut him. He's just ass. So, but I think he's gonna be able to win this fight. He can beat bottom of the barrel fighters, and that's what I think Young is. He's a bottom of the barrel fighter. Maheshate has been able to beat Gabriel Benitez, like I said, who is probably better than Young, to be honest. So, this is a shit fight. This is a can versus can battle. And I'm going to take the hometown can. I'm going to take the guy who I think is better. I'm going to take the underdog, my first underdog pick of the night. Give me Maheshate by decision. I think he should be able to win this fight. I don't think much of Young. I think he sucks from what I've seen in his first fight. And so I know Maheshate sucks, but he should be able to beat Young. So give me Maheshate by decision in the worst fight of the night. That is somehow the featured prelim when it shouldn't be on the card, if we're being honest. Why was this not moved? Why was this not moved to Road to UFC? Like, I'd rather see Xi, Ming, and Bruno Brazil on this card, because that's actually a good fight. This piece of shit should be on Road to UFC with fucking Turman Dembaro. But, whatever. Maybe, I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe this is gonna be the fight of the night. I fucking doubt it, but you never know. Maheshate usually has fun fights, so I'll give him any props. It's that. Give me Maheshate by decision. He should win this fight. They both suck, but I'm going to take the guy who I think sucks a little less. The taller fighter, the hometown fighter. Give me Maheshate by decision. Not really much else to say. This fight sucks. I don't know what the fuck to say. And, there you go. I had a shitty fight. Worst fight on the card. Somehow Maheshate is the underdog. Give me the underdog at home in a terrible featured prelim. And there you go. That's the prelims. They're good. They're good prelims. I think outside the featured bout, I like these prelims. If you just look at the prelims like this is pretty good. From Nueraji to Satybaldiev, that's a good prelims. But then we had that shitty Maheshate fight, and it's like, why is that here? So, I don't know. I'm excited for these prelims. They look good. We had some easy fights to predict here. We got a banger here, banger here. This should be a fun prelims. I'm excited. Bright and early, 3 in the morning. It's gonna be fun, and I can't wait. So, should be a fun prelims. Gonna be interesting. Shitty featured prelim kind of puts a damper on it, but it's what it is. Let's go into the main card, which is good. Questionable booking for main card fights, but good. Already 50 minutes in. Let's not waste any more time, and let's get into the main card. 5 fights. The main card from Shanghai, in Shanghai. UFC Shanghai begins its main card in the welterweight division with a super easy fight to predict if this guy does live up to the hype that he does have. As we have in our main card opener in the welterweight division, the opening UFC Shanghai's main card from Shanghai with a Chinese fighter in the main card opener. I'm shocked they got that right. We have to open the main card. I have no idea how to say this dude's name, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Taiyilake Super Saiyan Nurgozhay? Is that how you say it? Taiyilake Nurgozhay versus Kiefer BDK Crosbie. Not the greatest main card opener in the world. Kiefer Crosbie is probably the worst fighter on the card, to be honest. That dude's just horrendous. And then Nurgozhay is getting a lot of hype, so I get it. Why he's on the card, but why is this opening the main card? Why is this above a few fights on the prelims? I don't get the UFC's ordering, but I'm gonna stop bitching about it. Probably not, but eventually I will. Interesting main card fight. This should be good. Should be a quick finish. Let's talk about it. We'll begin with the only debut of the night from China, from the road to UFC to an extent. Taiyilake Nurgozhay, 11-1, 24 years old, coming in on short notice, stepping in for Song Kavanagh, who pulled out a couple weeks ago. Here steps in Taiyilake, who is on a long winning streak. He was on road to UFC 2 years ago, where he got one of the best knockouts I've ever seen from road to UFC. A beautiful step and elbow that killed the fucking guy. Somehow didn't get a contract from that, but whatever. Then he did 1-3 after that. Hasn't fought since August of last year, which is not great. Been almost a year, has been over a year away, but I guess it happens. And now he's back finally. This time in the UFC on short notice against Kiefer Crosbie. This dude looks like a good. He's getting a lot of hype. He already has an L on his record, so he doesn't have to worry about that. He's young. He's never went to decision. He seems like a good fighter. He seems like a good fighter. We'll see how he does here. I've only seen that elbow knockout, so see what the kid does getting the main card spotlight. Hopefully he doesn't fade under the pressure. Let's see what happens. Getting a layup of all layups in his debut. See what this kid can do. Will he live up to the hype? I remember when this fight got booked, a lot of people were really excited. So let's see if this kid lives up to the hype. I'm intrigued to see if he does. Taiyilake Nurgozhay. Get ready to learn that name, apparently is what I'm being told. See if he lives up to the hype. And then for his opponent, Kiefer Crosbie, I'm not gonna click on his profile. He's so ass. He's the worst fighter on the card. One of the worst fighters in the UFC. He's only here because he's Irish and he's god awful. So he's just cannon fodder. He's garbage. 0-2 in UFC to Kevin Jusay and Sam Patterson. He sucks. Nothing else to say. The betting odds for this fight have Nurgozhay -340 to +280. Yeah, from what I've heard, that sounds about right. I'd probably have -500, even though I've only seen him fight, like, a clip of him fighting. he should still win this fight. He's much taller, he's 11 years younger, he has a 5-inch reach advantage. He should destroy Kiefer Crosbie. I'm going to Taiyilake Nurgozhay by knockout in the first. My lock of the night. It's more lock of the night because of Kiefer Crosbie's ass, and less because I know a lot about Nurgozhay. Give me Taiyilake Nurgozhay by knockout in the first. He should flatline him pretty easily. Kiefer Crosbie's one of the worst fighters I've ever seen. And that says a lot when you're on the same card as Westin Wilson and Austin Hubbard and Kyle Daukaus, so what's that tell you? But, give me Nurgozhay by knockout in first. My locks of the night. Kiefer Crosbie is a joke, and that's about that. Should be a good main card opener. Still don't agree with it being on the main card, but what can you really do? Should end in a knockout. Nurgozhay by knockout in the first. Lock of the night. Then oh my bad, I lied. There was another flyweight fight on this card. I stopped. I don't know why I keep getting that shit wrong. But this is now for our second fight of the main card. We head into our second fight of the main card in the flyweight division. Our second fight there as well. As we have in our second fight of the main card, a interesting flyweight fight. Not as good as the first one, but you know, somehow this is on the main card, but that one is not. Sorry for that. Again, it's a little earlier than I usually record, so what can I do? But let's get into our probably the worst fight of the main card. I don't think much. It's probably gonna be a decent fight, but again, why is it on the main card? As we have in our second fight of the MC at flyweight, our second and final fight there as well, we have the Tibetan Eagle Sumudaerji versus Kevin El Gallo Borjas. Not the best fight in the world. Again, probably the worst fight of the main card. I don't think this is that great of a fight. It's alright, but again, especially compared to the other flyweight fight that's on this card, this is a complete fucking downgrade from that. There's no way you can make a case this is better than Lonnie and Energy. Both these guys are coming off their first wins in a while for Sumudaerji, breaking their losing streaks. So this is fine, but I think the Michel Pereira fight's more deserving of the main card. I think fucking Energy is. This is just not a fantastic fight in my opinion. It's not bad, I'm not calling it a bad fight. But when it comes to main card fights, I just don't look at this one as being a main card level fight. So, especially with the fights that's under it, it's okay. It's a fine fight. Should be fun. Let's talk about it. Let's begin with, as always, the hometown guy, and besides the main event, but that's because of the lower ranking. The Chinese hometown guy as the last one until the main event also. Sumudaerji, 17-7, 29 years old, not in the top 15 anymore. He has been unranked since then, but he's still in the UFC. His 4 wins in the UFC have been Andrei Sokermom, Malcolm Gordon, Zaruk Adeshev, and Mitch Raposo. His 4 losses have been Louis Smoka, Matt Schnell, Tim Elliott, and Charles Johnson. Sumudaerji is... We're all going to remember him for that Matt Schnell fight, which was amazing. He lost, but that was amazing. Outside of that fight, what's he really done in the UFC? His wins in the UFC are pretty mid. Not actually below mid. Through Andrei Sokermom, garbage. Malcolm Gordon, garbage. Through Adeshev, garbage. Mitch Raposo, most people don't even think he won that fight, so I think he won. He clearly did, in my opinion, but what did that tell you? And then the losses, Louis Smoka, that's not a great loss, and he got his fucking UFC shot off a loss, so what the fuck. Matt Schnell, we talked about, one of the best fights of all, probably the best flyweight fight of all time. Tim Elliott, respectable. Charles Johnson, respectable. People actually think he won that Charles Johnson fight. I don't know what the fuck they watch, but whatever. He's fine. He's never really been able to beat the higher level guys, even like any of your Tim Elliott's and Matt Schnells, or Louis Smoka, for fuck's sake. But he's always able to beat these pretty trash fighters like Adeshev, like fucking Malcolm Gordon, or Mitch Raposo. I just don't think he's that good. I've just never really been high on Sumu. I think his cousin or whatever, who's on the road to UFC, is better. It's Suling Gangbo, who's fighting by this time, has hopefully already won on the road to UFC and is going to the finale. I don't think so much of Sumu. He's a fine striker, he has okay power, his grappling sucks, his cardio's okay, his toughness is insane, we've seen that in the past. He's fine, but I just don't think much of Sumudaerji. Never should have been a ranked fighter, no idea how he got ranked off of 3 terrible wins, and yeah, I just don't think much of him. I think he's pretty average, and yeah, kind of is a can crusher, for being honest. That's about that, in my opinion. And then to get to his opponent, the Peruvian Kev, coming off his first UFC win, Kevin Borjas, 10-3, 27 years old, 1-2 in the UFC, coming off Contender Series where he got a contract off a decision win, so he looked pretty decent there. But clearly the UFC didn't think so, because they sent him to the fucking wolves. The wolves. I always feel like I fuck up that word. Early in his first 2 UFC fights, he lost to Joshua Van and Alexander Acosta. Hell of a first 2 UFC fights. Unlucky as fuck. Joshua Van gonna win the belt. Alexander Acosta, super good when he actually fights. Unlucky. But then he did what looked to be his last fight in the UFC. He did fraud check Lazy Boy in his last fight over in Mexico early in the year. Destroyed him, fraud checked him, embarrassed him, to get his first ever UFC win, to get the biggest win of his career, to keep his job in UFC, because a loss there, which was their plan, would have got him cut. But, he was able to pull it out and get the win against Lazy Boy, who now we know is garbage, and we kind of knew that before, if we're being honest. But we did not think fucking Kevin Borjas would be the one to get the win, but to be the one to expose that. But he did get the win there. He exposed Lazy Boy in Mexico, and good for him, man. Good for him. Now in his 4th UFC fight, coming off his first win in the UFC. Let's see how he does. Going into enemy territory again. Went from Mexico to now China. This man is just a villain everywhere. So let's see how he does. Is he a great fighter? Not really. He's a fine, quick striker. Really no grappling, so we're not going to see any grappling in this fight, more than likely. Cardio is alright. He was able to look good over 15 minutes against Lazy Boy. He's fine. He's I think, just like Sumudaerji, I think he's average. He's perfectly average as a fighter, and he's fine. I'm not really sure what else to say. This is a very average battle. The betting odds for this fight do have Sumudaerji minus 150 to plus 130. No. I would have this a pick'em. I think this is a very tough fight to try and predict. Sumudaerji is mid, but we've seen him fight more often against better competition, but he has lost for that competition. Kevin Borjas, 1-2 in UFC. Those 2 losses are to 2 of the best guys you could lose to, but both guys have lost to good fighters. So Tim Elliott and Charles Johnson, Joshua Van, Alexander Acosta, both guys lose to good fighters. Both guys coming off wins against bad fighters. Let's see what happens here. 2 years older, 3 inches taller, a couple inches in reach. This is gonna be a tough one. But I don't know, I'm leaning Peruvian Kev. I'm leaning Kevin Borjas. I think he can go into enemy territory again, get the upset, and get the W. I just don't think much of Sumudaerji. I just think he's pretty mid. Like, his best win is, what, Malcolm fucking Gordon? Zaruk Adashev? So, I just don't think much of Sumudaerji. I'm not saying I think much of Kevin Borjas, but he's 2 years younger. His 2 losses are against pretty great competition. So is Sumudaerji's, but I don't know. It's a tough fight to predict. You could go either way for this fight, but I'm gonna go Kevin Borjas. I just think he can pull it out. It's close. I'm not confident in that underdog pick. It's not an underdog pick I'd bet on. It's a very 50-50 fight in my opinion. But I'm going to lean with Kevin Borjas. I think he can get the win. I think he can go into enemy territory again and spoil the hometown guys showing. And I'm going to go Kevin Borjas by decision. I think he can get it. I think he can get the win. Give me Kevin Borjas by decision. Tough pick, tough fight. If I get it wrong, I won't be shocked. But I just have a feeling Peruvian Kev can go in there, do his thing, and get the win. Give me Kevin Borjas by decision. It's gonna be a tough one, but I just don't think much of Su. I think his cousin Sulagangbo, or whatever his name is, better on road to UFC. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. But I'm going the underdog. Give me Kevin Borjas by decision. Either it's going to be a great underdog pick or a painfully bad one. Time will tell. After that, we get to our third fight of the main card and the beginning of our big three on this card, the big three fights of this card. Our first fight without a Chinese fighter in it. Crazy. But this is a very good fight. As we go into our third fight of the main card, the start of our big three fights of the card. In the heavyweight division, a top 10 fight. I think that's for like the number 4 ranking. I think or 3 even. Pretty big fight here. Gonna be a good fight. Should be a quick fight if it goes how it should. We have in our third fight of the main card in the heavyweight division, the rare time heavyweight fight is an ass on paper. We have the start of our big three fights of this card, beginning with Sergei Pavlovich versus Salsa Boy Waldo Cortes-Acosta. Interesting fight here. Interesting fight. Our rare Pavlovich sighting back after getting his first win in a while against with a Jorginho last time. Waldo staying active, fighting again after getting that robbery win versus Sergei Spivak. This is going to be a good one. I'm excited for this one, especially if it goes the way that it should. Let's talk about it. We begin with the higher ranked, the former title challenger, Sergei Pavlovich. 19-3, 33 years old, 7-3 in the UFC. His wins in the UFC have been Marcelo Gloom, Marcus Green, Shamil Abdurrahimov, Derek Lewis, Tai Tuivasa, Curtis Blades, and Jairzinho Rosenstrike. His only losses in the UFC have been Alistair Overeem, Tom Aspinall, and Alexander Volkov. Sergei is a weird case. He's kind of just a juiced up, like Derek Lewis. Does he have a lot of skill? No. He has shit cardio, shit grappling. He just hits really hard. And that's about it. He just hits really fucking hard. But that's all he's really needed for a while. In his last fight, he did get a decision win against Jorginho, but he fought kind of safe and boring in that fight, because he kind of just needed a win, so he did that. He got the job done, and there you go. Like, it was boring, but it is what it is. Pavlovich back now since February, getting his next crack at a win. This is actually a giant step down from who he's been fighting lately. Like, this is his, like, lowest level opponent since, like, Tai Tuivasa, and even if you want to go as far back as Shamil Abdurrahimov. Like, we know what Pavlovich is there to do. Swing power, try and cave your skull, and that's about it. He's not there to just have a technical fucking battle. Like, goddamn, I don't know, a lot of people, but, like, I don't know. We know what he's going in there to do. He's trying to knock your teeth in, and that's about that. If he doesn't knock you out, then good chance he's gonna lose, but we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see what happens. Pavlovich, always good to see him back on a card. Not the most active fighter, but it's the second fight of the year. What he can do here. And then Waldo Cortes-Acosta. I'm not going to even click on his profile. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Somehow he has a good record in the UFC, but he's super boring. He did not win his last fight against Sergei Spivak, where I actually picked him as an underdog to win. Blatant robbery, and yeah, it's not a good win for him, man. Not even a win for him because he didn't win that fight. So I don't know. It was interesting. It was interesting. He's not good. That's the thing with Waldo. He's not actually good. His best win is like fucking Andrei Arlovsky or some bullshit. Like, Waldo is not good. His last 5 wins: Lucas Bresky, Andrei Arlovsky, Rebels to Spain, Ryan Spann, Sergei Spivak. He's not good. So, on paper, and even the betting odds agree, Spivak's a big favorite. Spivak should walk over this dude pretty easily. Spivak should knock him the fuck out pretty easily. Not really much else to say. He's better. Spivak was beating him in a striking match at times. What is Spivak gonna, or what is Pavlovich gonna do, the other Sergei? I don't know. Like, on logic tells me Pavlovich is gonna win this fight. But Waldo could always fluke his way to another win. It's happened too many times at this point. So, does he come in with a grappling game plan like Despange? We'll see. I don't know. I'm intrigued. But I'm going Sergei Pavlovich knockout in the first. He should knock Waldo's head off and get out there pretty quickly. Waldo's not good. I stand by that idea. The dude was having tough striking matches with Sergei Spivak and like Jared Vandera. Spivak should knock this dude the fuck out. So, give me Sergei Pavlovich by knockout in the first. Please end this Waldo bullshit. We're so tired of Waldo Cortes-Acosta. He's so boring and not good. Please, Pavlovich, KO him. That's all we can ask. I'm going Sergei Pavlovich by knockout in the first, because all logic says that's what should happen. Pavlovich knockout in the first. There you go. After that, our co-main event of the evening for 5 rounds for some reason, because the UFC likes pain. They want to give us pain. We have in our co-main event of the evening our 5-round co-main event of the evening in the featherweight division, a grappling match for the boring ages, unless it's a striking match, which would be weird. We have in our co-main event of the evening, for some reason this dude is still out to fly at featherweight. We have in our 5-round, for no reason, co-main event of the evening, Brian T. City Ortega versus actor lame Sterling. Why is this 5 rounds? This is gonna be so fucking boring. And I don't want to hear grappling.
Masterclass. This is gonna be a great grappling match. You're a casual. How do you not like this fight?
Because no one wants to see these two. We don't want to see a model fight an actor for 25 boring minutes. I don't want to see him fight for 15 minutes. We know what's going to happen here. Sterling's going to win. Ortega is going to gas out. He's not a featherweight. I don't know why he won't move up to lightweight already. And he's just going to take an unnecessary L for no reason when he should be fighting at lightweight. Sterling sucks. We already know that. He's a bitch. The dude's an actor. He started the actor trend that's now been going on for a while now. What's up, Rodolfo Bellato? Yeah, like, I'm gonna pick Ortega biasly because I will never pick Aljamain Sterling. I picked Evil-Ayev over Sterling. Like, that says a lot. I will never pick Aljo. He's a bitch. And I'm actually an Ortega fan. I like Ortega. I've always liked Ortega. The dude is extremely talented. But for some reason, he keeps trying to fight at featherweight, and that's just not for him. His striking is not great, even though he is the better striker here. We know how fantastic his grappling is, but he's gonna get out-grappled here. He's getting older. He's, 34 now? He might just be showing up for a paycheck at this point, because there's no reason he should not be at lightweight. So, it's gonna be boring. It's gonna go to decision. The only way this fight could finish is an Ortega submission, and I doubt he's gonna lock one in. I would be so happy if he did, but there's just... Has Aljo ever been submitted? I fucking doubt it. No. Has Ortega ever been submitted? No. Yeah, like Ortega is the better striker here, but he's not going to knock out Aljo. Ortega's not a good striker. I know he knocked out, Frankie Edgar and Clay Guida. Good job. This is going to be boring. Big fight, quotation marks. Why is it 5 rounds? Ortega will probably lose. Sterling should win, but just like last week when I picked Tim Elliott, don't care. I'm biased. I'm going T-City. I like T-City more. Fuck Sterling. Hey, again, like I said, like I did with Tim Elliott last week and it paid off. Maybe my bias pick works. I have no faith in it, but you never know. Give me Brian Ortega by decision. He's not gonna win, but we can only hope. Please, Ortega, give us one more Ortega moment and beat this actor bitch. And then, finally, for our main event of the evening, well, we don't have to worry about this one going 25 minutes, because it's not going to go 5, because we have our main event of the evening in the light heavyweight division, our main event with the best Chinese fighter to come from the road to UFC, and one of the best Chinese fighters they have in general, male-wise. Of course, Weili is number 1. We have our main event of the evening to end UFC Shanghai early on Saturday morning. We have in the lightweight division our main event to end the morning night card. We have to main event in light heavyweight. Can the Chinese prospect prove he's legit? Let's find out. Because we have in our main event between Johnny Walker versus the Mountain Tiger, Zhang Mingyang. Yeah, I don't need to waste a lot of time on this fight. Go Zhang Mingyang by knockout in the first. There's only 2 questions with this fight. How quickly does Zhang knock him out, and in what meme way does Walker get knocked out? That's about it. Zhang Mingyang knockout in the first. I don't need to say much else, do I? At home, getting the main event against a layup like Johnny Walker. Give me Zhang Mingyang by knockout in the first. I really don't think I need to expand on that too much now, do I? How easy, it's that, Johnny Walker could always bullshit his way to a win, but if he's not fighting a can, it's very unlikely that he does. Zhang Mingyang knockout in the first. Pretty simple way to end the night, the morning, the card. I'm going to go to bed the second this fight ends. Give me Zhang Mingyang knockout in the first. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. There you go. That's the card. And I've never ran through a main event that quickly, but there you go. Finally, we can end the breakdown with a boom. That was the card. To go over my picks one more time. Uran Satybaldiev by decision. Su Yu Young by decision. Yizha by submission in the first. Michel Pereira by knockout in the first. Rongzhu by decision. Lonnie Kavanagh by decision. Maheshate by decision. My lock of the night, Taiyilake Nueraji by knockout in the first. Kevin Borjas by decision. Sergei Pavlovich by knockout in the first. Brian Ortega biasly by decision. And Zhang Mingyang by knockout in the first to end UFC Shanghai early on Saturday morning. There you go. Jesus. Good card. It's a very good card. I'm extremely excited for the card. It's outside of maybe 2 fights that I'm not too excited about. I think this is going to be a good card. I can't wait. Main event's going to be good. Pavlovich, Kiefer Crosbie should get flatlined. A lot of the prelims are good. Just a good card. Again, as much shit as we give to UFC, when they do an early card like this, they usually deliver. The Jan Figueiredo card was phenomenal. Zombie and fucking Max Holloway was phenomenal. This card looks like it's going to be really good. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I can't wait for this card. And, yeah, by the time this video is getting released on Friday afternoon, it won't even be that long till the card. It'll be less than 24 hours till the card. So, it's gonna be crazy. I cannot wait. It should be fun. We haven't even done the fucking weigh-ins yet, from what I know of, so that's crazy. And, I can't wait, so it's gonna be fun. UFC Shanghai. I can't wait. Early. I know a lot of people ain't gonna watch it, but I feel like you're gonna miss a good one. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm gonna be right. This is gonna be a good card, and I can't wait. So, there you go. Not really much else to say. I'm excited. Gonna be a fun card. My last breakdown of the week, and now it's just 2 recaps left on Saturday and Sunday. We're not even close to being done with the week yet. Road to UFC hasn't happened yet, but by the time this is out, it has. Got this card. Gonna have to recap both of those things. Streams tomorrow, tonight, Friday night, of course, the pre-party, which I'll probably do leading into the card until about 3 a.m. Got the fucking, I'll do a stream. Well, I'm no point saying that because I'm recording this on Thursday night, so of course by now I would have done the Thursday night stream. And, yeah, there will be a short out on Friday, not long after this video's out, so be ready for that. Or today, from when this is out. I keep forgetting I'm dropping this on Friday. And, yeah, there you go. UFC Shanghai Breakdown done. I hope you enjoyed. Now let's see what happens in Shanghai early on a Saturday morning. So, with that being said, I can't really think of anything left to say. I think I've said everything I can think to say for this video. A little bit longer than the Road to UFC breakdown, which is funny. And with that being said, I can't think of anything else to say. So, you ready to end this video? I know I am. By saying, as always, RX. Oh well, first of all, like, comment, subscribe, 200 subs goal by the end of 2025. I almost forgot the on YouTube bullshit. How do you know to like and subscribe to 0 people who make it to this point of the video? As always, RX out. Good vibes only. And, wish I could say this in Chinese. Always.